So how much?
I wouldn't sell for less than $3 million.
So what do you think it's worth?
$218,000.
Hey, what you got?
What are you doing here? I have a souvenir here.
Hey, Rick,
What?
come check this out. This guy got a new leg. He brought in his old one.
All right.
The next seller walked in with an old wooden peg leg that supposedly once belonged to an 18th century pirate.
I honestly gotta say, this is a first. I've had pirate treasure, I've had a pirate's treasure chest, but I've never had a pirate's peg leg. I love it.
The seller explained that he's a singer and received the peg leg from a fan in New Orleans about 6 or 7 years ago. According to the fan, the piece was authentic and dated all the way back to the 1700s.
You know, I don't know a lot about peg legs, but round-headed nails like this came out in the 19th century, so it could have belonged to a pirate, but I think it's Civil War.
Rick explained that amputations were extremely common during the Civil War because medical treatment at the time was brutal and primitive. Doctors would often give patients laudanum before quickly removing the limb. Since he wasn't an expert on antique prosthetics or nautical history, Rick decided to bring in a specialist to examine the piece more closely.
This was probably made for somebody that had a leg cut off below the knee. Pirates were subject to wounds in battle. If it really were an 18th century or earlier pirate's peg leg, it could be worth well over $10,000.
The expert said that although the peg leg had a pirate-like appearance, an authentic 18th century piece would have been made with older rosehead nails forged by blacksmiths. Based on the newer nail style, he believed the leg likely dated to the mid-1800s Civil War era and estimated its value at around $1,000.
So how much did you want for it?
$7,500.
Well, I mean, he just told us it's probably worth $1,000.
Okay, 55.
I'd give you like $500 for it.
I appreciate that, but I think I'm going to keep it. That's all I can get.
I have an original Lincoln Parlor card. That is the basis of the Lincoln penny.
That's pretty amazing, the ones that he signed. I've only heard stories of these existing.
Rick explained that during the 1860s, photographs were viewed as luxury items because the technology was still new and expensive. He said wealthy families would commonly display parlor cards featuring presidents, authors, and celebrities in glass cases to show off their wealth and sophistication.
This guy Brady made some parlor cards, actually had Lincoln sign them. So this is actually the image that is on the cent in your pocket. The Lincoln cent came out in 1909, and right around that time period, Lincoln had elevated to the status of greatest American the world has ever seen.
Rick said he was amazed that a signed Abraham Lincoln parlor card even existed in private hands because of how incredibly rare they are.
How much you want for it?
I know you've got to make some money on it. This is the only one left, so I think a fair price is $100,000.
I know they're uber rare. Let me get someone in here who'll have a better idea what its value.
The expert explained that signed presidential photographs from the mid-1800s were already incredibly rare, but a signed Abraham Lincoln photograph was considered one of the greatest pieces in all presidential collecting.
This Lincoln Parlor card could be special for two reasons. One, it was taken by Matthew Brady, who was the most famous American photographer of the time. And two, it was later used to create the image of Lincoln on the penny.
After examining the autograph, the expert confirmed that it was genuinely signed by Abraham Lincoln himself and added that, in a high-end gallery setting, the piece could realistically sell for around $150,000.
What's your best price on it?
Hey, you could make money even if you gave me 120.
I'll give you $100,000.
I think 110 is a fair price.
I am comfortable at $100,000, and that's it.
We got a deal.
Sweet. So is this George Washington's too?
It is. It's a three-piece suit that he acquired sometime in the mid-18th century. It's amazing that it held up so well.
The seller said the three-piece suit had been carefully passed down through generations before eventually appearing at a New York auction where he purchased it.
If I could go back and have a cup of coffee with just about anybody in history, it'd probably be this guy. He could have been elected president until the day he died, but he stepped down after 2 terms, and he set the standard for presidents to come. To me, he's one of the most amazing men in history.
The seller mentioned that even though the piece is over 250 years old, it still shows traces of its original pink color.
So you think this is all legit and everything, right?
Yes, I think it is. You just don't see a piece of Americana like this very often. This is just amazing.
Absolutely.
The seller was asking $3 million, and Rick said he was actually considering buying it, but needed some time to think.
What's the best you can do? 1.5?
No,
How about $2 million?
absolute best price would be $2.5 million.
Okay, well, I guess the suit's out then.
The next seller walked into the pawn shop carrying an old gold coin that she had received as a tip during a poker game.
You got here a 1907 St. Gaudens $20 gold piece. That's the nicest $20 tip I ever seen anyone get.
I think he might have lost a hand with it, so it might not have been as lucky for him anymore.
Rick said that many people consider the St. Gaudens coin one of the most beautiful coins ever produced in American history. He went on to explain that President Theodore Roosevelt wanted American coins to look more artistic and impressive, so he hired famous sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens to redesign the nation's currency.
But people noticed there wasn't something on this coin. In God We Trust wasn't there. Teddy Roosevelt's thinking was religion should not be on our coinage. There was a massive public uproar. This was 1907 America, where probably 90% of those people in this country went to church every Sunday. Congress passed a law. Almost immediately, they restored the motto on the back of this coin.
The seller was asking $1,000 for the coin, but Rick explained that the gold content alone was already worth nearly $1,900. However, he knew the coin's true value depended heavily on its condition, so he decided to bring in a professional coin expert.
Now, these coins were minted in Philadelphia, and they only minted 361,000 of these coins. And we speculate there's about 50,000 that are still left in existence that were uncirculated.
The expert explained that in 1933, the U.S. government made it illegal for Americans to own gold. Because of that, many people secretly hid their gold coins inside walls and floorboards to avoid surrendering them to the government, and he believed this coin was likely one of those hidden pieces.
This coin has never been circulated.
So what do you think it's worth?
A similar coin to this, an MS-68, just sold at auction for $218,000.
Oh, wow.
However, the expert said this coin would likely only grade MS-63, meaning its value is around $4,000.
How much would you take for it?
Could you do 38?
I'll tell you what, I'll cut through all the BS. And I'll give you $3,000.
All right.
The next seller walked into the pawn shop carrying an old combat knuckle knife from the World War II era.
So tell me where you got it.
It was my great-grandfather's. My dad said my great-grandpa, he massacred about 3,000 people with that knife.
I got a feeling that story's not really true.
Probably not, but, you know.
Corey explained that the weapon was basically designed to be the ultimate backup weapon for close combat. He pointed out that the brass knuckle design allowed soldiers to punch and stab with the same weapon during hand-to-hand fights.
So how much are you looking to get out of it?
500.
I mean, it is pretty cool. I mean, but they're not that uncommon. I mean, look, I've got one right here. You know, they still make them today. So if you don't mind, if you want to hang out for a little bit, no guarantees, but I could have my antique military weapons expert, Alex, come by and take a look.
The expert quickly confirmed that the knife was a real World War II era knuckle knife. He explained that during the war, countless small makers across America produced handmade fighting knives for soldiers preparing to go overseas. Since standard military knives often weren't ideal for close combat, many soldiers sought out custom-made blades like this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first 50 to 75, and no one knows for sure, had 9 points. If it's 8 points, its second model, not as desirable as the first. So this is one of the most rare and collectible fighting knives in existence.
The expert explained that many collectors go their entire lives without ever coming across one of these knives in person. Because this example was both rare and exceptionally well preserved, he believed it carried a much higher value than expected and estimated it could sell for roughly $10,000, if not more, at the right auction.
So I'll do $5,000.
Can we do 7,000?
Nope. No, not a shot. You came in here looking for $500, you're getting 5,000.
All right, 5,000.
Sounds good. All right.
That is a old-looking gun.
Very, very old. It's a 1886 Kropatschek.
A what?
1886 Kropatschek.
Yeah, say that 3 times fast.
The seller explained that the rifle was a Portuguese military weapon dating from around 1886 to 1898 and said it was the kind of firearm most people had never even heard of.
1886?
Yes.
That makes it impressive because I didn't even know there was such thing as a bolt-action rifle in 1886.
I didn't either until I found it.
It's got to be one of the very first ones because I've never even heard of this thing.
Rick explained that during the mid-1880s, most soldiers in the United States were still using single-shot rifles that had to be manually loaded 1 round at a time. That's why he was so surprised to see this rifle already equipped with a bolt-action system and a multi-round tubular magazine.
How much do you want for it?
I was hoping to get 1,000 for it.
Let me get a hold of someone who knows what this thing is because I'm kind of baffled. I don't know anything about it, so.
The expert explained that the rifle became highly influential because many later firearms borrowed elements from its design. However, despite its innovation, the weapon had one major problem. Almost nobody actually bought it. In the end, Portugal became one of the few countries to adopt the rifle, mainly using it in its African colonies during the late 1800s.
By 1889, they stopped making them. So there weren't that many made, and it's really difficult to find ammunition for this. So even if you said, hey, let's go fire it, we can't fire it today because I don't have that ammo.
After finishing the inspection, the expert admitted the rifle was in surprisingly good condition for such an uncommon firearm. Based on today's market, he estimated it was worth pretty close to the seller's asking price of around $1,000.
And I'll give you like $600 for it.
800,
$650.
700,
$650.
$675.
All right, we got a deal.
Perfect. Thank you.